Hello, hello. How you doing today?
Good, thanks.
Good. Well, we're so happy to see both of you on with us today because we're a movie. This is so much fun. I can't wait for people to see it. And the first thing I was thinking, I go, where in the world were you? Because this is where I need to go for my next vacation.
Yeah, we were shooting in the Caribbean on the beautiful island called Nevis, just off St. Kitts, and it was, I've got to say, one of the most magical places I've ever visited in my life. Not that we had
Yeah.
sunbathe, but it was a beautiful place.
I was right across the way in St. Kitts, and oh man, I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, they're sister islands, I believe, and
Yes. Absolutely, yeah. Well, and how much fun is this that you both get to work together, make great art, and have a good time doing it? That's like a dream come true, right?
Yeah, it's such a. I think working with family, everyone always warns you against it. We've had the best time of our lives.
Yeah, I was gonna say, most people's families would not be able to handle the capacity of everything that it takes because it's stressful to do this stuff, right?
Yeah, we're showbiz.
In a funny sort of way, I think we ended up feeling that it relieved the pressure by having a family member there, because sometimes you're quite alone. My entire career I've been on location, but you're almost always by yourself. So it's actually really nice to have had my son sort of behind the camera, taking care of everything, and I loved it. It was a really good experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you each have a special memory from the set where you're just kind of looking around and going, "Oh, I'm always going to remember this"?
I think when you're shooting an independent film, we had 18 shooting days for the whole film. So we were frantic out of our minds. Every minute matters, every second counts. I've got to say, I only right at the very end, as we were on the plane flying home, we got the last flight out just before Christmas. Just then did I sit for 2 seconds and go, oh my God, we've made a movie, this is done. Up until then, everything was a frantic blur of being dive-bombed by mosquitoes and losing a light, and we're going to make the day, and there are so many scenes, but no, it was a magical time.
Mm-hmm. And did you have a favorite memory, Liz?
Well, they always say, making movies, your best day is the day you've been told you got the job, and from there it's all downhill. A little different in this case, but yeah, I think when you get a great scene, when it's in the can, and you look at each other and you say that was worth it, it's going to be good, and then of course we were lucky in this case because we got the follow through, because when Damian was leading the edit, we could follow scenes through. So that it was really nice once we knew we'd achieved each day as we'd been planning it and plotting it and agonizing over it, and then when it's in the can and you're moving on, you feel pretty good, huh?
Yeah. And we have to mention there's some great swimwear in this. Is that yours in there?
Yeah. I'm going to do an Instagram post at some stage to say, look how much beachwear I managed to get in. But on the other hand, I'll say, but I was the producer, and budget-wise, it made sense.
Yes. Yeah, but what great stuff, and what a cool thing to have in your life, to not only to accomplish, but to be everything to it, the spokesperson, and to show, hey, we got this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. And so, you're in an industry where people are looking up to you all the time and going, this is what I want to do, but it's certainly not easy. What advice would each of you offer to someone that wants to follow in your footsteps?
Well, I think I would say that whilst talent counts and you need talent, you need to work harder than anybody else to really use that talent and to make it keep going. So, Damian was lucky enough to be given the opportunity to make this movie, and he worked so hard on it. And I think the results, I really hope people who will end up agreeing with me speak for themselves. But it's not easy. Just getting a break isn't enough. You have to keep going and put in more than anybody else.
And what would you say, Damian?
I think, well, I was, again, very fortunate enough to get the opportunity to make this in the first place. And I think, to get the opportunity to tell one story so young is a terrifying thing. I was the youngest on set by almost a decade, some more. And to go on set, to be in charge of 100+ cast and crew, I think one just has to have real self-belief, possibly delusion in their own ability to get through every day and make it happen. I think I was told right at the start that every movie is a war. There's no such thing as a peaceful movie. Even the best movie of your life, the best experience, the best set, everything goes wrong every single day. And that is the joy of making movies, is fixing that. I think I was startled going into this, realizing how little of my everyday struggles with this job were actually anything to do with my job. They were so all logistical. The trucks haven't turned up. We've lost the light. There's a tropical storm the day we're meant to be shooting a peaceful, tranquil beach. Very real. And so I don't know. I think just that. I think one just has to back themselves and believe wholeheartedly that you can do it, even when you can't, and just tell yourself you can. Gaslight yourself into submission.
Yeah, I love that. My co-host Drew Pearson is one of our great Dallas Cowboys, and then football over here, he caught the Hail Mary. We all know the Hail Mary term now, and so we like to ask people, and he wanted me to make sure I ask both of you your Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it, worked out for you. And Damian, this might be it for you, but I don't know. Elizabeth, you might have something else.
Well, my career is probably a little premature. What's your...
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you just have to go for it. Golly, I don't know. What was it, David? You know my life better than I know my life. You know my movies better than I know my movies.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
I think it's that decision for me when you decide to go into show business, decide to be self-employed, decide not to study for a job which everyone tells you should study for a regular income, regular vacations, all that thing, and just saying, no, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to be self-employed. I'm going to go into this insane business and I'm going to have to make it work. Ultimately, knowing you had to put bread on the table for, offspring that comes along and your family you have to look out for. So I think it's just taking that step into a scary business for me. And you've just taken that step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, I guess that is the Hail Mary then. Yeah, I love that. Well, and part of it is that success mindset that you have to have, but we talk about on that show that to not only get in what you do, but stay in what you do. Is there something that each of you keep in mind that keeps you on the right track, even when things are going wild around you?
Well, I always knew that everything that goes up goes down again, and then it goes up again. And that's the theory by which we live. And I've had a million knocks, but you just have to be the person that stays there and wait for it to go back up again and do what you can to make it go back up and just go with it. Be easy, be flexible, like a boxer, on your toes, just ready for it and stay up there. You have to, otherwise you might as well give up really early.
Yeah. And would you say the same thing, Damian?
Yes,
Keep
to a
going.
T. Yeah, keep going. Resilience is everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, after this, I can't wait to see what both of you have next for us. What can we expect coming up? Will there be another collaboration?
Yeah, funnily enough, we're putting together my next movie now. There's a slight gag order on it. I'm not allowed to say too much, but it's me as writer-director. I've begged my mom to come on and creatively produce, which she said yes to. She won't be in this one, but it's really exciting.
Oh, that's so cool.
You'll have effect when we're promoting that.
Good. Well, and last thing, what for the next couple of years, what are you hoping to accomplish? We've got big moves coming up, not only in film and business and life. What are you hoping to accomplish here coming up?
I'd like to make a really great movie that I'm proud of every few years. I don't want to put a time constraint on it because I think that sets oneself up for fate to just laugh at you. But I'd like to make a great movie. I'm my happiest on set. I'm miserable when I'm not working. So I'd like to make a couple of great movies that I'm really proud of over the next few years.
Yeah, I mean, I love to work too. Work for me is my play. So I hope that I keep working, keep getting good roles as a producer, have a hand in making, hopefully, some nice movies that people respond to and want to go to. Plus, I want to spend more time at home in the countryside. My aim's always to spend the summer at home. I always work in the summer, and I'm always stuck there in the muddy, rainy, dreary months. And then when May comes, I'm off somewhere. So I fingers crossed that my next great job starts in October and I get the summer off. But you don't ever get that choice in showbiz. You go where the offer is, and that's that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you both so much for making this movie. It's a whole lot of fun. We can't wait to tell everyone to check it out. and look forward to talking to both of you again very soon.
You got it.
Thank you
Thanks
so
very
much.
much. Thanks.
Okay, thanks so much. All right, we'll see you soon.